Not
When
an
you
L.
say long, how long?
It would have been a 7-piece sectional, so it was
I've
about
always
122
dreamed of having a giant long
inches.
sectional.
Yeah, everybody likes a good 122 incher, but
10-foot couch.
Yeah, pretty much. And we get it in the house, and we're like, "Oh, this is great. This is fat. Oh no, this isn't any good.
Yeah.
We need that piece.
Mm-hmm.
We need that L." Mm-hmm. So we buy another piece, and it just turns in. It just turns.
How many inches was that?
A lot. So it just turns into this bigger
Approximately.
project than you expect because you
Absolutely.
you envision something, and you're like in your head.
Yeah. Seems so easy.
But you can't take those things home and try them out and say, "Oh yeah, that's great," or "No, that's not what we wanted, so let's start over." You got to actually purchase them and put them in your house, and then decide that.
Mm-hmm.
So then you got to buy something else, and then you have to buy new rugs, and then you have to buy this, and you have to buy lamps, and you have to buy blah blah blah, and it just adds.
going.
Every project
Keeps
adds up.
And Tom and Link, you're in newer homes.
Yeah. Lynx is much newer than mine. Mine's 20 years old.
Yeah. So if you're in a home that's like I have one in Speedway that's like 1939.
Yeah.
You start taking one thing
83.
apart.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
we did that in
now
Albany.
everything's falling apart,
Yep.
man. This thing's matchbooks, duct tape, and the damn
Plaster.
chewing gum.
The bird nest is actually that I want to get rid of is actually help holding the house up. So
holding
we're
it
like,
all
we can't
together.
get rid of
Are
it.
those plaster walls over there?
Oh yeah,
Are they
plaster
plaster?
walls
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah, they're
They're
terrible.
the worst.
You're like,
Terrible.
did MacGyver live in my home before I lived here? What is going on?
I lived in a house in Shelbyville at one time that had asbestos siding.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's always good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so when MacGyver stayed at the Airbnb, he had a bathroom project there.
I'm sure he did.
He did.
So let me ask this honest question of all three of you.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
You start a project at the house, no matter what it is, small project.
Yeah.
What's the minimum?
Is that a short joke, you dick?
What's the minimum number of trips you take to the hardware store?
Oh God, I don't even want to get in on
Now,
this.
minimum or average?
Average, yeah.
Average,
We need to go
average, I'm
average.
sorry, average.
If somebody tells you that they did a project in one trip,
They're
They're
lying.
lying.
They're lying their
They're
ass off.
lying.
complete
they are.
lie.
Complete lie in their ass.
Well, you know what
I would say the minimum though.
I'd say
is
it's
three.
three.
I'd say
It's
I was-
minimum 3.
And
Yeah.
and you would
Average
actually
is
brag
higher.
about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I would come on here and go,
I only went.
yeah, I only went 3 times.
yeah. Well, and the thing about that is the second trip up to the hardware store, you're driving up there by yourself. You're like, you dumb son of a bitch. You
Oh,
should
yeah.
have
No, I
remembered
do
this
that.
on
Yeah,
that
but-
first trip.
Yeah, no, I
and
do
you're,
that on
and
the
you're also
first
going.
trip back.
You're also going. I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. This
Yeah.
is only trip number 2. No,
Yeah.
no. This is everything I need.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Then trip number
And then
3,
Trip 3. You're
like,
So I think the better question is, how many tools do you own now that you use that one time
Oh.
and
sorry,
you've
go ahead.
never used again?
Still one for you, Link?
Still one. Yeah.
Still one?
I have one. I have one biological daughter. Yes. So 1. My answer is 1. Next.
you did not.
Oh my God! Wow! Wow!
Jeff's in for the double snort tonight. That's fantastic. We need to keep going until we get into the
my
trifecta
God.
of
Yeah.
snorts.
Oh my God.
we have
gotta
about
figure
20
something.
The
We got 10
trifecta
minutes. We got
snorts.
10 minutes to figure this out.
That's funny.
But no, that's the great. And at one time, that was the great thing about
Holy
doing
shit.
projects was because if I did a project, I knew I was getting a new tool. And I was like, oh, so I would get kind of
you
excited.
got an extender.
I'd get this, or I'd get that, or I'd get,
You got
I'd
an
get
extender?
No,
I like the same
Nearly
old tool.
killed her.
I barely know how to use my old tool. I can't get a new one.
But that's the great thing about projects. You always buy something that you don't know that you needed
No, I
until
hear
you
you.
did that
Yeah, yeah,
project.
So what's that tool that you bought?
Let's see. I acquired a table saw because I was doing a deck.
You built a deck.
Chop saw?
I've
By
done-
yourself?
Yeah, I built.
Well, no,
I
I
built
had
darts.
some help.
He had help.
You
I
had
built darts
help?
from the ground up.
Oh, yeah.
I did
Oh,
it
yeah,
all
I've
together.
done several.
Are you,
I've
so
done a
you're the
couple
one that
decks.
busted through the pipe, probably.
Nope.
Did you
No, I'm
call
not.
411 before you dug?
Actually, we did.
Did you?
Yeah, not a joke.
They
Yep.
didn't come out, but we called them.
Yeah, we called him. We called him like, sir, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
But I had
I was busy
I had
using my
mi-
tool.
when I
said,
was doing
Thank you for
crown
calling.
molding.
Thank you for calling 411.
When I
Yeah.
was doing crown
Cut
molding,
corner saw,
I
yeah.
had a miter saw.
Miter saw.
But I found out a compound miter saw was a much better.
even better.
So I bought
Great
a new.
investment.
I bought
Yes.
a new compound miter saw.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, because I might need it again.
That's
Yeah.
big. That's big ticket items. I'm talking
So-
about the little.
$100, $130.
Still,
The
come-
one- well, I might have
150,
bought-
200.
I
I
might
had to
have
buy a
gone a
new
little heavy.
weed whacker.
yeah, you did.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yep, that's good.
Did
had
you,
to buy
did
a
you
new-
get hang on, gas,
there's a
gas,
joke.
battery,
But
electric?
you use that all the time.
So here's the story on that.
Yeah, I'm just.
So
I'm
went to
curious.
Lowe's, went to Menards, obviously 2 or 3 times the last 3 days. Was looking at Menards, looking at Lowe's. They are so trying to steer you towards battery charged stuff. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I paid for my Toro weed whacker that I bought probably 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was. It was probably $79. Good weed whacker, nothing, nothing great, nothing. Yeah, it did the job, did what I needed to do. Did the
gas
edging.
powered.
It whacked your
Gas
weeds.
powered.
Whack your
Absolutely.
weeds. That's all you needed.
Needed it for what I
Yep.
needed it for.
Yep.
Little 2-stroke engine, 40-1 on the
Sure
gas.
it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now they're $140.
Oh yeah, but they're 4-stroke, and you don't have to put oil and gas and all.
No,
that
you still
stuff.
got to do
Oh,
all
you
that
still
stuff.
gotta do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are in their supply of gas,
It's
even
small.
lawnmowers,
Small.
weed whackers, chainsaws. Everything's
No,
going to battery
batteries.
powered.
Yep.
Everything is.
I've gone back and forth. I got a gas one again last season, and I love the gas power.
Oh, I do too. But our brother-in-law has he's got a small yard, but he's got a electric lawnmower, Cobalt, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Swears
40
by that
volt.
thing.
Yeah.
Swears by that thing. He said that thing is the best lawnmower I've ever had. I can't. Brett, are we boring you?
good?
Is that why you're on your phone
Is
over
that
there?
what you're Googling? What are you
No.
Googling?
Okay, cool.
What are you Googling?
No, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Let's
I,
move
I'm
on.
not. I was actually checking our Facebook page.
Oh, we're
Oh,
not
okay.
getting it. There's nothing going on
People
there.
are turning off.
Yes, I can actually hear.
I can hear the people fall off.
I didn't know you could hear phones actually turning podcasts off.
Exactly.
It's
Not
weird.
that anybody cares, and I'm not a fan of the NBA.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Did anybody watch that John Morant
No.
slam
No.
dunk last night?
No, I don't know anything about the NBA. I don't even know who's in the playoffs.
I don't
Playoffs?
either.
I know
it
nothing
came
about
across
it.
my
Playoffs?
came across my Twitter feed this morning at 6:30. Unbelievable. But anyway,
Sure.
we'll go back to whatever we were talking about.
So, do we have a
weed
solid
whackers.
dick of the week?
I do.
I have a great option for that.
I'm sure you do.
not,
I'm sure you do.
can
But
you
let's
make that-
privy-
can you make that
not privy
public?
to talk about.
No, I
No, we
don't
can move on.
I don't have all the
all
details
good.
yet, so we'll
It's all
save
good.
that for a rainy day.
Yep.
Do we have
Uh-huh.
anybody else in the running?
I did not do any research on SDOW. Sorry about that.
Oh.
I being in Vegas kind of
We're not
threw me
ending
for a
this
loop.
right now, are we? We're only 52 minutes in.
Second verse, same as the first.
Exactly.
I would lean toward when Lynk and I were. It's weird the stuff you observe, but out in Vegas, there's so many people that are just don't give a shit about anybody but themselves.
Yeah.
So
That's the narcissistic society we live in.
that's unfortunately
It
that's
is.
where everything's
It is.
absolutely headed.
It is.
So we're at this one place that's very crowded right before the game. Link is oddly not social, I think, in some ways, but
Do you stop,
Every once in a while.
did you
once
stop
in a
by the weed store before?
he might have been
the weed whacker store.
Right.
Yes.
So it's weird that we made this stop where he got these gummy things, and then the next stop we bought 3 boxes of Twinkies, and he ate them all. That's odd.
those weren't Flintstone chewables
For me, I asked you if you wanted any. And I offered you one.
Some bitch
So
threw
what's
down
the big
36 straight Twinkies. I'm like, dude, you all right?
I don't see a problem with that.
So, but Link's asked the dudes like, "Hey, we getting ready? Are you getting ready to check out? Right? Can we have your table? Cool." So as we're leaving, and I kept walking because I'm like, "Damn, Link has stopped and talked to more people. He's feeling it tonight." Link's actually just trying to be a nice guy. He's like, "Hey, man, we're getting up from this table."
You know why he's trying to be a nice guy?
I don't.
Because he is a nice guy.
Oh, stop!
Look at that.
Oh, stop!
Link is
no,
a nice
go
guy.
on. No,
Man,
stop.
He's
stop.
got one tool he doesn't even know how to use. So let's be
I
careful
really don't.
there.
Yeah.
So I think, as you told me the story later, you're walking out and you're like, "Hey, dude, that table's available if you want." And the guy is like,
You guys
kinda
like, he looked at me like,
"Whatever. Who the hell are you?
Who
Go
the
to
hell
hell."
are you, and why are you telling me this?
You know, and
You know what?
same thing. We held doors open
brought
for people.
Midwest-
Thank you, all
yeah.
this shit,
Yeah.
and it's just
The
at some point, like I hope for my kids really that they don't lose sight of being a good person, because you're going to get treated like shit by a bunch of people.
For the most part, yes.
But
your
man,
entire life.
just stay true to who you are and being good, doing the right thing. I think ultimately that pays off. But
So the
being out there, I don't think there's a bunch of people that they don't care
cared
about
about
doing
anybody.
any of the
Well,
right
Well,
things.
you're in Vegas also. I mean, people go out there,
people that-
party their
yes.
brains off, and
Right.
let loose, do whatever. I mean, it's a
The funny thing was, so there were no tables in that entire restaurant, and I just kind of was observant and saw these people were kind of getting ready to check out, and so I just walked over there. I was like, "Hey, are you guys taking off?" And he goes, "I'm just waiting for the waitress to bring me the bill." And I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Go ahead and sit down. It's no big deal." So I texted Brad and I was like, "Hey man, I got a table over here." So just start chit chatting with the guy. He's from Canada.
Hey.
Told him we were here to watch the hockey
so he had
game.
to be friendly as hell.
He
was getting ready to take his wife home and watch the hockey game also,
Yes, he was. He wasn't from
where they could both watch it at the same time.
he wasn't from Greek Canada. He was just from Canada.
He was from Doggy Island,
Oh man!
Doggy Island, Canada.
Oh man!
So the funny thing was, I think it was second period of the hockey game. I turned around. I go, "Hey Brett, that's the dude whose table we took at the restaurant."
Are you serious?
So
He's right behind us.
Are you
He was
serious?
right behind us. I tapped him on the shoulder, gave him a fist bump. We chatted for a little bit. So yeah,
Lynk made
it was
a
all
friend.
good.
And turns out he and Lynk watched the hockey game together.
We did. We literally could both see the hockey game at the same time. It's not. That's number 3.
Great. Well, there's the trifecta, so I think that signals the end
That is
of
it.
another episode
Of
of.
a solid
Yeah,
4. You
snort
Is
can
that what this
Snort
is
of-
called? I don't
Oh, wow.
even remember what
I
this is called.
Snortaluffagus. I can't even say
You can't say it.
Snortaluffagus.
Snuffleupagus.
No, it's
Snuff-
Snortaluffagus for you.
Snuffleupagus.
All right, so next week,
Oh,
though,
so
we
next
week-
start.
We're going to start celebrating May. And what does
Start race
celebrating
month,
May mean? It's race month. Wow, that was a lot.
There's 33 cars. That's only like 8.
Wow.
So, we have 25
They had
more to go.
31 on the track on Monday.
They did or they will?
Have we,
They did.
Have we
They
filled
did. They had 2 days.
the field?
No, that was last week. I'm sorry, that was last week, not this week.
Have we filled the field?
Yeah, there's going to be 33 at least.
So I know this about the folks that listen, because the bulk of our listeners right now are Indianapolis based.
Indiana people, yeah.
There's folks that are so diehard and love the race for many good reasons. It's
Right.
tradition. They went there with their mom or dad, and mom and dad isn't around. Whatever. If you haven't been to the track, and I've kind of been neglectful raising my kids, we don't go to the track that often.
Sure.
I've gained so much appreciation for the track in my later years that you just took for granted 20, 30 years
Well, you were
ago.
there for the party 20 years ago. 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30. No, it's 40 years ago.
45 years ago.
40,
Yeah.
40.
You were there
40
to
years
drink beer and party with your friends. Now you're there. I feel like I'm there to
13.
party and everything else.
Oh,
but
I've gone the
I wanna watch
reverse.
those. I want to watch.
I've
those
gone the
cars.
reverse.
I want to watch those. No, I want to sit there and sit in the stands. I want to sit in the east stand, and I will sit there and drink a couple beers with Shay and watch the cars.
I've gone the reverse. I didn't have a lot of great party years at the track.
Now you're drunk out there. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, I've had some bad days. Yeah,
The snake
absolutely.
pit?
He's come to
Absolutely.
visit me at the end of the day on carb day at work before.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. That's probably why Lynk doesn't work there anymore. He took one for the team. He's like, "No, man,
This is my best friend.
it's my best friend." You're like, okay.
So
You and your tip need to choose better.
last year, I mean, if we're talking, since we're talking track stuff, something reminded me of. So last year was the first year that I actually went to the race as a fan,
As a spectator, yeah.
as a spectator since I was 15 years old. All those
Yeah.
other